Good morning. Yes, man, shout out to all of the Gooners fans out there, wherever you are. Love and blessings. Monday morning, yeah, the 14th of July. Monday morning. Yes, I don't know. Life is the greatest gift. Shout out to all of the Gooners fans, them. Arsenal referee and Coach TV. Yeah, man, great news. Victor Gyokeres. Finally, yes. Shout out to Andrea Berta. See? Yes, London boy, big up yourself, man. Blessed morning, I hope all is well. I had a great weekend, with the families and, friends. And you don't know. You see it. Yes. So, greatness, Victor Gyokeres. The deal has finally come to a conclusion, which is good news. Well, I was confident it was going to be done, just didn't know when, and it was getting a bit frustrated. So, you know what I mean? But finally, it's done. Victor can get to join the team. Came from work watching on the Arsenal website, watching some the training session, and you can see the unity, the bondness, and the team looks solid now. The team looks solid. They know I am a Mikel Arteta fan, but I'm now find no excuse for him this season. This season, he has to deliver. Something bigger than the Carabao Cup. Yeah. This season, I'm confident we are going to push all the way. This season, we're going to push all the way because we have the depth. What we didn't have last season, we now have the depth. And Arsenal Football Club has come to a realization. Andrea Berta came in with vast experience, and he knows what's needed. Many times last season we see him at the games, him serious. I say, oh, Andrea Berta looks so serious. He's observing, watching the team play at the games. Good look, but he knows what's needed. See? And now we have the depth. Zubimendi in, second top-class goalkeeper. We have two number one goalkeepers now. Top class. With the backline defense, solid. Everyone's fit. Fighting for positions. We have the depth. Now we have the depth. No more holding midfielder going into right back. No. We got Thomas Partey. I know Partey I got through him his little horrible time right now with him case, I hope it works out for the best. And but now we have the depth, guys. We have the depth in the squad. No guard coming is in, Zubimendi is in, solid. Marino. Yo, this season, now Gyokeres landed. No. This guy is a beast. This guy is a beast. If you see how he plays, he just want to drive at defense. Drive, give them a run for their money, race, run with the ball, powerful. All Arsenal have to do now, Mikel has to do, get the team gelling and get the midfielders them to find them tactics, the ways of getting that final ball to Gyokeres and to Saka. If we get Eberechi Eze in, that will have sealed the deal. If we don't get Eze in, I'm still happy. We still have a solid squad. But if we get Eze, if Andrea Berta land Eze now, the Premier League are gonna explode. Trust me. We saw what we did last season. Injuries rocked us, ruined our momentum, and Liverpool ran away with it. We didn't have the depth, you know, and we didn't have a goal scorer. Havertz had a good season, but he also broke down. Now we have the depth where players gonna be sharing minutes. You know what I mean? And quality depth, solid depth. You know what I mean? If Havertz don't start, him can come on. You know what I mean? But I am expecting Gyokeres to be the main guy. You know what I mean? Yes, man, hit the like button, please, and thanks. London boy, big up yourself. Let me forget make a bring up on the team, you know, for the administrator. You know. Yeah, man, hit the like button, guys, please, and thanks. Good morning. Arsenal referee and Coach TV. You know, my pre-season starts. You know what I mean? I'm doing my first game this Wednesday coming. You know what I mean? Pre-season and a fitness test to be done. Yeah, I'm also an observer and I assess young referees, newly qualified referees, you know. Yeah, you know, I've been there, done that. 4 seasons at semi-pro, had enough for, because I came to reality and say, I ain't gonna get to that level. Not that I'm doubting myself, but you know, looking at my age, and it's so hard to get to the next level. Same as how it's hard for a football player to make it to the top, it's same for the referees. If you don't start young, you know what I mean? I started when I was in my late 20s, you know what I mean? Late 2030s, 2012. Yeah, and I wasn't really, I started refereeing, I was coaching at Charlton, the under 16 development, and they sent me to do the referee course, and I fell in, started going to the Arsenal, the Chelsea, the Fulham, the Wimbledons, those the pro clubs, them nice football pitches, and I fell in love. You know what I mean? Got promoted back to back till I ended up at level 4. I started from level 7 to level 4. I went to level 4. You know, we got 3, 2, 1. 1 and 2 is the Premier League, and I went to level 4. I did 4 seasons, and I took 1 season out, and I was refereeing in Jamaica during the Premier League and the Super League. You know what I mean? And the school Money Cup football. Great experience, 2018, you know? Yeah. So, that is it. But Arsenal, come on! This season you look good. This season look good and scary. Gyokeres in, you have to big up Andrea Berta. So all the fans them that were making noise and was acting, I told you before, the club is acting. They would be dumb not to act based upon what happened last season. I became second 3 seasons in a row. Yeah, we wanted to come first, but it's just football. I will have to accept the win and the lose and the draw. End of the day, it's just football. So all the fans them that are creating havoc, being disrespectful and rude towards the club and other fan member and the players them. Guys, look into yourself, man. You're bringing down the team, the club. You're bringing down the club. They said Arsenal have the loudest fan base, and I agree. The loudest fan base in a bad way, because social media and some of content creators are giving people platforms to be disrespectful and rude. So when we behave like that, you know, so for instance, yesterday I was out yesterday getting some paint, you know, me and the missus, and one of my brethren didn't know a producer. I worked with him before. Didn't see him for so many years. He's got a son now. His grandson got signed. You know what I mean? 9 years old, and I was giving him some advice. I said, yo, you know, it's a long journey. I feel just dedicate enough to back him, get ups and down the country, and as him say, a lot of scouts still looking at him, 9 years old, scoring a lot of goals. I used to coach his bigger brother, but this 9-year-old, I don't know him because I said I didn't see him for years. Anyway, we saw him at the B&Q, the hardware store. And we did that reason, and I said, yo, why Arsenal fans them so loud? Why would so? I said, Jado star. I had on the same top, Yesterday, you get me Sunday, so you must say, why Arsenal fans them so loud and arrogant? And I said, boy, we feel that way, but I say, go, but we can't, come on, guys, it's just football. We all want to win. When Arsenal don't win, I am upset. My wife don't like when Arsenal, she's a Chelsea fan. And I came home from work this morning and congratulate her. Big up Chelsea, Chelsea champions of the world. Even though I don't, it's my rival, but yeah, I have to give credit where credit is due, you know what I mean? So now Chelsea is going to be one of the favorites to win the Premier League. No excuse. You get me? No excuse. And big up to the coach. New coach, Mikel Arteta needed help, and he's getting the help. You know what I mean? 1 second. Yeah, I'm looking if my bike is still there, Sorry. Yeah. Mikel Arteta needed help, and he's getting the help now from Andrea Berta. I know sometimes it seems like he's a yes man. Mikel Arteta, he comes across more time like an Arsene Wenger. Like, he's programmed by the club. That's how it seems sometimes. Mikel Arteta has been programmed by the club, defending the club, not pushing the club hand to spend. But again, it's the principles. Arsene Wenger was a man who believed every player should get a chance, and players should be bought for what they value, what they're worth. But Mikel Arteta is a good coach. He has proven himself. Just needed that missing pieces, and that is why Andrea Berta is here. If Edu was still here, big up Edu. If he was still here, I don't think we would have landed some of these players. Look at what the deal Andrea Berta has done for Gyokeres. Good price, 63.4 million euros, including add-ons. When they work that out, it's 50 million pounds. Good deal. And no, Gyokeres wanted to come, and he only wanted Arsenal. Why do you think Gyokeres wants to come to Arsenal? Because he said Arsenal is one of the toughest teams he has faced. And the style of football, he's convinced. And maybe he's a fan from a long time. From him, he used to play in the Championship, Brighton. Arsenal is a good team. Now we have a main striker. Mikel Arteta has to get this right. And if he thought he was under pressure last season, this season is going to be even worse. More pressure. Zubimendi. Mascara is about to sign. Ethan Waneri about to renew his contract. He's doing the right thing also. Ethan Waneri, I see him as the next number 10. He needs to be pushing Odegaard. Odegaard, the skipper, needs to step up this season. And you're going to see the best of Odegaard again. No more coming deep because Zubimendi is going to be there. Norgard is going to be there. And big up Norgard too. The man say, yo, I watched his interview last night, Norgard. And he's an Arsenal fan from a long time. He conducted the interview very well, and how he spoke about the club. he said a dream come true, you know, for him and his family. And he remember, who was it? Bentner in his pink boots. You know what I mean? But yeah, guys, this season, Mikel Arteta has to land the Premier League. Yeah, man. I want the Premier League this season. It's not gonna be easy. We saw Chelsea, Liverpool, the reigning champion, Man City is trying to rebuild, but Man City look frail defensively. The Man City don't look solid defensively. They're gonna concede a lot of goals. Based on what I saw Man City. You know, we got Newcastle rebuilding, Tottenham signing. If Tottenham get the Nottingham Forest player there, good midfielder. But my main focus is on Arsenal. Gyokeres coming. He's coming home. Big up Andrea Berta for the job he's doing. He's getting the right signings to seal up those, you know, missing parts. And the team has just come back fresh and just come take the Premier League by storm. Yeah, we don't consider a lot of goals. And now we have Gyokeres to score the goal. Give him a chance and he's gonna score. What I like about Gyokeres is confidence. Have you watched his interview? London boy. You watched the interview from Gyokeres? The man spoke highly of himself and highly of the other strikers them. But the man said, yo, he's confident and trusting and believing in himself. He's gonna come and deliver. Gonna do the job. I don't see him struggling in the Premier League. People are saying that the Portuguese league is different. It's different, yes, different standard. But at the end of the day, you still have to beat your players. You still have to beat the defenders them. You still have to run against a low block. And you still have to score against defenders. So scoring is not easy. Do you know what I mean? And he's gonna come to the Premier League and he's gonna deliver. Based on his physicality, yeah, he's not frail. His physicality is very agile and he can strike the ball. All Mikel Arteta have to do, get his game plan and tactics right. And those midfielders feeding Gyokeres. And one of those midfielders is gonna be Zubimendi. What I like about Zubimendi, when he wins the ball, he doesn't go back. He goes forward. Look for the forward pass, and those long pass, bang, to the striker or the winger. That's what I like about Zubimendi. And the next thing about Zubimendi, what I like, he's always moving, introverting into spaces, finding space. You know, that's how I teach my players them, you know. Look for that space, always make yourself available for the ball. Give options, use your mouth, you know, communicate. And Zubimendi is that type of player. Always moving, finding space, giving options to receive the ball. And bang, forward. And he drives forward. Norgard drives forward. If you look at Norgard when he was at Brentford, you know, goal involvement, and he likes to create, makes an assist. That's what I like about Norgard. And I heard he was linked with Arsenal. I was like, yes. You know, so defensively, we're solid. In the midfield, we're solid. Declan Rice, you know, Mikel Arteta just has to pick the right team now and come deliver. Give us the fans something to cheer about, celebrate, you know. The time is now. The time is now. 3 seasons in a row, finishing second. That's a good sign. And no, it's not. We didn't win anything, but that's a good sign. that's a good sign, and for me, it's acceptable. You know, second 3 times in a row. It's a good sign of great things to forward for the club. Now, the greatness is gonna start this season. Remember when Arsene Wenger came in, didn't want nothing for a while. Then when he landed the first, bang, 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 start deliver. Same with Alex Ferguson. You know, didn't want anything, on the verge of getting sacked. Then he started win, 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 win. So now Andrea Berta is here to make that changes. And once we land a first silverware, we're gonna go on. Remember to like and hit the subscribe button, please, and thanks. You know what I mean? We're doing the live here. You know what I mean? Big up on yourself. Yes, man. Like and share the content, please, and thanks. Hit the like button. Arsenal referee and coach TV. And feel free to ask me any questions, you know. I'm an active referee, level 5. And I am also active football coach with personal training, one-to-one sessions. You know, yeah. I'm also a recording artist. You know, good things. I am so happy. When I came in this morning and saw the news about Victor Gyokeres, I was like, yes. You have to lift your hats off for that player, man. The fans them gonna love him. You know? The fans them already have a song for Victor Gyokeres, but we don't hear it yet. Just based on his character and what he has. The guy went on strike. He gave up 2 million of his wages just for the deal to be done. You know, and Arsenal gave up the money that Sporting wanted. It's just the structure of it. They wanted it structured in a way where it suits them and don't affect them in any way when it comes to PSR and so forth. You know what I mean? But Andrea Berta held out, and credit to both clubs. They came to the right decision, because at the end of the day, the player wants to leave. You know, he wants to leave. He has served the club quite well, won them honors and championship and cups. And he could have left last year, and he said no, he's gonna stay. So he's a loyal chap, you know. Gyokeres is very loyal. You know what I mean? And they had a verbal agreement, and that is why he was so pissed off. And he said he's not returning back because they didn't stick to their promise. Because he could have left from last season, and he said no, you know, he must stay. He promised them he would stay and deliver them the championship again, which he did. You know what I mean? And now his agent had to lower their compensation as well. You know, lower their percentage. They were supposed to get 10%, and they lowered it just for the deal to be done, to get done. We're tired of this. Instead of over 10%, give us 5 or 4 or 6 or whatever. And Arsenal is gonna contribute to that as well. So well done to Victor Gyokeres and his agent. You know what I mean? They want the deal done. They want the player to join up with Arsenal. You know, start training before the pre-season games. I can't wait to see the pre-season games. Our first game is a few days time. Milan, AC Milan, and then Newcastle. One of our Jinx club. One of our Jinx team, Newcastle. You know what I mean? So now we have Gyokeres, number 9. Deadly, number 9. No more false 9, number 9. He's gonna create havoc. He's like a Haaland. You know, strong, quick. Just wanna turn and drive. You know, the difference The difference with Gyokeres and Haaland, in my personal view, Gyokeres can beat a player. Haaland don't really beat players. He doesn't have that capability, or would I say confidence, or style of play. Gyokeres will turn. He will beat you and he will give you a run for your money. Haaland is a more type of good hold-up player and pass and find himself in the box, but waiting for the ball to deliver. Gyokeres has that, and he also can beat a player. You know, likes to take on his defenders and give them a run for his money. You know? Yes, sir. I'm happy. I'm happy this deal is done. And we're just waiting for the here we go. It might be happening today. That's what Andrea Fabricio said. It might be happening today, Monday. Maybe tomorrow. Yeah. Get him over the line. Get him on that plane to join up with the squad. And then we look forward to another long, tough, hard season. Yeah, man, but credit to Andrea Berta. I can see Arsenal. I don't want to count my eggs before, you know, it hatch. You know what I mean? But I hope and pray this season we can deliver some silverware and shut up some of those haters and banterers, you know? Yeah. Yeah, but we deserve to win something this season, man. We deserve, you know, and we can go far in the Champions League again. Know the players have the experience, know what it takes, knows the feeling. Semi-finalists last season in the Champions League. Great achievement. Now the players are going to be more hungry, you know. Madueke. Let's talk about Madueke. Madueke, good player. Madueke is a good player. Another player I admired over the years. You know? Even when he was playing abroad. And when Chelsea signed him, you know, good player. He again can beat a player, like to take on player and drive forward. Only thing he needs to work on now more is on his finishing. Can score, but needs to work more on that. And he's gonna be not really saying necessarily a backup for Saka, but he's gonna give Saka a run competition for places, and that's what we need. You know, now we have competition in every position. What we didn't have much last season. The people were saying Waneri is on the right to back up Saka. No, Mikel already told us. He doesn't see Waneri there. He doesn't want him to play there. But he had no choice but to play him there because of the injuries. He sees Waneri as the future number 10. You know, beating those players, driving, shooting, scoring goals, making assists in the middle, behind the striker. That's Waneri position. So Mikel Arteta has no plans for Waneri on the wing, so that's why he went and got Madueke. And Madueke is a good player. You get good players and put them in good team, you see the best of them. Yeah. It's just Mikel Arteta now has to get it right. Choose the right players for each games. You don't have to, you know, certain games you start. They can rest a Saka and put in Madueke and expect to get 10 out of 10 or 9 out of 10 from him. Or even 8 out of 10. You don't have to be starting Saka every game. You just have to manage it right now. And that's something he didn't manage well last season. And again, you can't blame him because he didn't have the players them to back up, to support the starting players them. Didn't have it. And people were questioning his you know, game time and tactics and keeping on player management. It's because he didn't have the options on the bench. Now we have that. And let's see how we manage it this season. But back to Madueke. Madueke is a good signing. Trust me, good signing. And the money he went for, that is where football is at now. You're not getting them for less than 40 million, or you know, whereas if they're coming from a top club. So for me, Madueke, I'm pleased with the signing, and I'm expecting good things from him. As I said, we have the depth in the squad now, and Mikel Arteta has to manage that right. You know what I mean? Manage it right, and go and win things. Go and win things. You know, I see us winning games, winning. You know, Victor Gyokeres is here to break those low blocks. You know, teams is gonna come and play low blocks and park the bus. You know, I know Arsenal, Mikel Arteta is a possession-based team. He likes to keep the ball, possession. But I don't want to see this going backwards every minute, backwards. No, forward. Go backward. Yes, sometimes we have to start from back to rebuild, to start again the attack. But I want to see quick transitions, quick passing, quick thinking, and Zubimendi has that. That is Zubimendi. Quick passing, quick thinking, finding spaces. You know. So a good look for the Arsenal. Now we have the depth. Let's see what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? I know. I'm confident the team is gonna deliver something for us, the fans, this season. Remember to like and share the content, please. Hit the like button. You know what I mean? Arsenal Referee and Coach TV. I know I'm not consistent all the time, but I'm trying. You know what I mean? Sometimes I don't have the time. You know, I'm also a bus driver. You know what I mean? That's my job. I know the bus thing, but sometimes I don't have time to turn on the camera, and you know what I mean? Sometimes I want to. I come home from work. I just want to cool down, and you know what I mean? Yeah. But I try to do this daily. Try to do it on a regular basis daily. You know what I mean? As I said, feel free to ask me any question, guys, relating to the games them, you know what I mean? And shout out to all of the Arsenal fans them. Behave on yourself and stop those hooligan behavior, letting down the team, bad representation for the team. You know what I mean? And it makes us, the good behaving fans, looks bad. When we behave so hostile and rude and disrespectful, we are just fun. Some of us don't go to the games them. I go to the games. I am a red member. I go to the games them when I can. You know? I don't go to every games, but I go to every games when I can. When I'm able to get a ticket, still waiting for my season ticket. I was offered my season ticket in 2013, but I wasn't in the country at the time, and I was out traveling, touring, you know. Me and my son. You know, my big son now, he's now 20. Yeah. And I didn't accept it, you know what I mean? I wish I did. Yes, sir. Whether we watch the game on TV, listening on the radio, you know what I mean, in the stadium, don't be disrespectful to the players them, man. Not the club, not the manager. Remember, it's just football, and we're all human. You know what I mean? And we all have feelings. You know what I mean? And if the players don't see it, the disrespectful behavior, the backlash, or the racial abuse, you know what I mean? If the players don't see it, their kids might see it, their wife might see it, their family members might see it, and it affects them. Sometimes it affects their performance on the pitch. And it's all a psychological damage, you know. All these things I've learned on the football coach, I've learned in my job, psychology certified. You know what I mean? And you have to learn to read and observe people's minds and their reaction. You know. Yes, Alex. Yes, Alex. Abby, big up yourself, Abby. Yeah, it's real, man. It's real. You know. It affects them, and yes, man. Is he come? I don't really get that message. Is he understand that message? Is he come? Or is he here? Yeah, he's talking about Gyokeres. Yes, man. Gyokeres, the deal has been confirmed, and now we're on the verge of getting Eze. Eze is the next signing that we need. If we get Eze, definitely gonna go for that Premier League. If we get Eze, because Eze ain't coming to stay on the bench. Eze ain't coming to stay on the bench if we get Eze. You know what I mean? Martinelli, good player. But the way the team set up last season affects his performance. You know? If we had someone like Ben White who overlaps, if you notice when the left back, he left now. Very professional player. He's gone to Celtic. You know. If we had someone who overlaps on the left like how Ben White does with Saka, you would see the best of Martinelli like in the 2001 season. If Eze comes to Arsenal, Gunners is the strongest team. Yes, you're right. Yes, you're right. Arsenal will be the strongest team. Midfield, solid. The front three, but I don't know who's going to be on the left. Martinelli. Rumors said Trossard is going to Bayern. I might be going to Galatasaray. Don't know about. Martinelli is a good player. Good player. But when he has to track back, you don't get the best from him. If we have someone who overlaps, like the wing back, you see the best of Martinelli. You know, back to his form again. But because you know, the inverted Lewis Kelly keeps inverting in the midfield, Martinelli has to be cautious when Lewis Kelly cuts in that inverted from left back to midfield. Gabriel has to be aware to cover that position, and Martinelli also has to be aware to track back into that position. So it's hard for him. I want to see Martinelli driving at players, you know, taking on players, confident, beat, you know. And again, what Mikel Arteta is feeding onto them, telling them what to do, the roles he's giving them, you know. But Martinelli, good player to remain in the squad. You know what I mean? But Andrea Berta is here to cook, and he's cooking. If we can learn Rodrigo, I think we're pushing it too far, that would be too greedy. I'm satisfied with what we have now, but if we can get Eze, the strongest team in the Premier League. Yeah. Remember, Liverpool won the league last season, credit to them. But Arsenal fell off because of injuries. We didn't have the depth in the squad. Injuries plagued us. You know? Hamstring injuries. And why is that? The players them playing too much. A lot of games. Playing too much, and we don't really have the bench. And Mikel Arteta didn't trust some of those players who, remember we had players from under 21 who came on the bench, sitting on the bench just in case. And Mikel Arteta didn't trust them enough based on experience, and you know. But now we have the depth. We have the depth, squad solid. So I am expecting greatness. I am not finding no more excuse for Mikel Arteta. I am a Mikel Arteta fan from day one. But this season, I can't find no excuse for him. Because he's been given the tools now by Andrea Berta. And the club has backed him. Andrea Berta came in to help him. And Andrea Berta delivered. Yeah, Andrea Berta has delivered. The club has backed Mikel Arteta. And well done to the club. You know, they can't be changing managers every year, every season. 2 managers for the year. It's not good for the club. It's not good for no club at all. You have to trust the manager, trust the process, give them time. Give the managers them time. You know? Yeah. If I tell you my coaching journey, when I started coaching in 2012, you know, I was playing, got injured, then I Gunners for life, Gunners for life. I mean Gunners. What the V there for? You say V, yeah, correction. Big up yourself, Benton. Benton, yeah, Denton, big up yourself. Come on, Gunners for life, man. Gunners for life. You know, yeah, when I started coaching, I was coaching before I started refereeing. I was coaching under 9, and under 9, under 8s, under 9, and I spent 3 seasons with my team. You know, so under 9, under 8s we finished runners up. It was just friendlies. Then we started playing league now in the Tandridge Youth Football League. You know, we won the under 9s. You know, we won under 10, under 11, back to back. Then a lot of scouts started to watch the club, watch my team. You know, Carib All Stars. The chairman, the founder was a Jamaican man, you know, and looked for the local club, went to him and started coaching, learning. And I mean, but you know football. I played football, you know. When trials, I did trials at Kettering Town and Brentford. You know, I mean 2001. You know, I had my foot broken at Kettering Town, and they gave me a second trial, but you know, fitness but it was a great experience for me, you know what I mean, playing in big stadiums, you know, trials. And I feel proud. I didn't go pro, but I feel proud of myself, you know what I mean, to know that I had the opportunity and, you know what I mean, to be spotted or given a chance. You get me? And when I started coaching, I won the under 10, under 11. The only remember, I had these kids from the age of 8 years old up to 11. So I did 3 seasons with them. I had a player went to Manchester United, Mugisa, and Michael Opong. He's from Ghana. He went to Man United as well. Lexi Lloyd Smith, she plays for England. She got signed for Arsenal from my team. I had 3 players, you know, and the youth Michael Opong could finish, striker. Finish. And I had them playing as a team from 8 years old up to 11. You know what I mean? But his dad was a businessman and he has to be traveling all over, traveling regular. And it was hard for them, you know. He went to Man U, but the dad said, boy, he can't do it because he's not gonna give up his business to just for, you know what I mean? And after a while, he stopped. And I was like, sad, you know? Sad. But Lexi Lloyd Smith, the only girl in my team, I made her my captain. Yo, may I tell you, when she got snapped up from Arsenal, there was an old man with a stick in her elder, you know. I was at a game and didn't know he was a scout. He was there. I thought he was just a fan for the away club, but it was actually scout watching us. And he said to me, like, you did a good job. You do a good job, you know. You do how long you had these players? And I told him 3 seasons from 8 years old. You know what I mean? We won the under 10 and we won under 11, the under 11 league. And a lot of scouts was watching Millwall, Man United, and I didn't know. It's when they made contact with the parent then put them on, give feedback to the club, and then I was alerted, informed that, Yeah, and I went to Arsenal and I met the head of the development officer, and I don't remember his name, but I left work and they picked me up and they drove me to the training ground at Arsenal, and he shook my hand and said, "You did a good job," you know what I mean? And I was like, "Thank you." And right now she's playing in America, scholarship. She signed for Arsenal. Chelsea bought her from Arsenal. She played for England. And tell you, I did even interview with BBC, relating to the women's game, and she was part of her sponsorship. She had sponsors, and so I know I can develop players. I know players, you know what I mean? And one thing I always tell my players them, when you step out on that pitch, you never know who's watching. So make sure your character is good, your behavior is good, and you play as a team. If you can't score, set up someone to score. What I was taught from my coach in Jamaica is what I fed to them here in England, and yeah, it was a good. And from there, I won the league. I even got snapped up by Charlton, you know what I mean? I went to Charlton coaching the under-16 development team, and that's how I evolved into refereeing. They sent us to do the referee course as a coach to get the knowledge of refereeing. So as manager, we know what to expect from referees and how to react to referees. And that's how I got my refereeing badge, and then I got hooked onto refereeing, But I regret leaving my coaching role. I regret leaving my coach. I should have just stuck in my coaching role. Maybe I would be at a club right now. But I don't regret nothing in life, you know what I mean? It's just a learning process, Refereeing, I did well. Went to semi-pro, doing the Ishmael League on the line, and big games, FA Cups. One of my biggest games I did, I almost fainted on the pitch. When I look into the stadium, the fans, kids, women, the chairman, them. At half-time, I was being... 1 second. Checking on my bike, I was being assessed by the FA. Big game. FA Cup, when I look into the stadium, in the stand at halftime, I see people like this, pointing, swearing, shouting, kids, women. By the sponsor board, I'm walking into me and my assistant, that was the referee, and everyone's shouting, "You're not good enough to do this game. You're not good enough to do under 10s. And I was like, wow. And when me and my assistant were walking to the changing room, into our room, the assessor came, that was there to assess me, came in and said, "Phil, don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. You're doing a good job." And the second half, the tempo went up. And I almost fainted. Yes, I almost fainted because of the pressure. You know what I mean? As the man in the middle and the pressure. And when I look into the stadium, they're trying to get into my head. The players, them trying to get into my head, trying to force me into decisions. And I almost lost the game. I almost fainted. And it's like, I wake up, I said, no. It was like the 73rd minute. Never forget, in the 73rd minute, I said to myself, no, I came too far to lose this game. When I say lose the game, I mean the game get out of control, bad tackles, and all that stuff, can end up into fight, game being abandoned by both players, the team. And I said, no, I came too far to lose this game. And I stood my ground, you know what I mean? I stood my ground, and the home team lost, Lordswood. It was the Lordswood versus White Hawk, I think. You know what I mean? FA Cup game, yeah, in the early round, preliminary rounds. And, the home team disallowed a goal, rightly so. And the home team lost, and you know the observer was like, you did well. Enough referee would have crumbled, would have give up, buy into, force into decision. You did well. And I had a good mark, you know, but yeah, great experience, man. Great experience. You know, but back to the Arsenal now. Yes, Arsenal, gunners for life. Big things. Big things gonna happen for Arsenal, man. Just have faith, confidence, trust, and believe in the team. Stop being disrespectful to the players, to the club. As it makes us look bad as a club, you know? Because not every fan is the same. And we know we have fans from all over the world. Some of them have fake pages where they abuse the players, them being disrespectful. There's one of them which I don't really take onto. Is he comes on AFTV sometime. What's his name again? Very loud and Jamaican. Can't remember his name. Very loud and disrespectful times, mainly towards Mikel Arteta. You know what I mean? Remember the club when we passed on. God bless us. I hope we live to see Arsenal win the Premier League again. God spare our lives and your lives. Junior going out and coming in, and we all can get the experience to see Arsenal win the Premier League or even the Champions League or win a trophy for us again. We need back those moments. So God bless us all and protect us out there, you know. The club is gonna remain. The club owners, them, the shareholders, them, they're gonna remain the same. It's their money, you know. We the fans only can agree or disagree with the decision and choices they make, whoever they sign, whether as players or manager. We the fans just have to support and have our opinions, whether good or bad, right or wrong, you know. But we must not go over the mark in being disrespectful and rude. It's very, it looks bad on the club, you know, because people are saying those Arsenal fans, them, you know, they're vile, arrogant, and some of these people who are being rude and disrespectful, they're not even a member of the club. They're just a fan. They're not even a member, a red member, a silver member, you know, or a season ticket holder. They're not even a member of the club. Them just watch and say them is a fan. But they're the one with the loudest mouth, wanna be disrespectful and rude, and it paints a bad picture on the club. And for that, those persons who went to the ground, the stadium, and destroyed the morals, them, it's very bad, you know, very bad. Yeah, man. So 7 minutes, man. 7 more minutes, and then I'm gonna show out, you know. Yeah, you see it. So big up on yourself for who tuning in. Remember, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, please, and thanks. You know what I mean? Yeah. I set up my StreamYard so we can do it on StreamYard, you know. Yeah, and I promise I'm gonna do this more regular when I get the time. I don't know if I'm gonna do it the same time every day, but because you know my job that I do, sometimes I don't really have the time. But you know, gunners for life, nothing no change. And feel free to ask me any question, even now, from now, you know. Feel free to ask me question, you know, and I'll give you my honest opinion or answer. You see me? But yeah. Madueke, I'm pleased with the signing. Gyokeres now, deal has done. Happy, over the moon. You know, Zubimendi, solid. He's gonna make a big difference. You know, he's gonna make a big difference for the team and for the club. Christian Nogard, solid. Another solid player who just wants to defend.
Yo!
Forward, come! Sagonas, yeah. I'm live.
Hold it.
Show them the match.
Who that?
Gunner, you're live, innit?
Oh, yeah, what's up, mate? Come on, Arsenal.
Sir, Gyokeres, we got Gyokeres now.
When I see the shirt, I never flat. That's how I do it. That's how I do it, isn't it?
Yeah, what you doing? That's exciting.
Yeah. What's that start? We start at 2:20.
I'm up today.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, cool. Yeah, so that's a Gunners fan, you know. It's also my co-worker. Sometimes we go to matches together. You know what I mean? Yeah, so where was I? Yeah. Zubimendi, good signing. Solid signing. Replacement for Thomas Partey. And no God, those two come. You see, if Mikel Arteta use those two low block Norgard and Zubimendi as the two pivot holding, trust me, that's how I want Arsenal to set up. Again, yeah, Mikel would have to change up the whole formation for that to happen. Because you have to find a space where Declan Rice has to be in the team. You know? And you know I'm going to start Odegaard is going to start. The captain is going to start. But I would Odegaard, Declan Rice, Zubimendi. Yes, man, Arsenal. Big up yourself, Big up yourself, Tivo. Well done, Arsenal forever, man. So, Declan Rice, Odegaard, Zubimendi, and Norgard. Mikel should try that system and use Kelly or Calafiori. Don't let them invert. Let them overlap like Declan, like Ben White. That would be a deadly formation with Zubimendi and Norgard pivoting, holding. We know both of them likes to overlap, likes to be in that last phase at the opposition 18 yard. So when Norgard goes, you have Zubimendi holding. And if Zubimendi goes, you got Norgard holding. So when one goes, one hold. In that attacking phase. Deadly formation. That would be deadly. Yeah. And then we have Kelly or Calafiori. We know Calafiori likes to drive forward as well. You know, and again, Calafiori is seen as a centre back. He was brought in as a centre back, but he can play as wing back as well. You know, but I would love to see Mikel Arteta try that formation. That would be a hard team to break down. Zubimendi and Norgard holding. We know Norgard is a defensive. His job is to defend. That's what he said in his interview, you know. Him just wanna defend and attack when he can and make those assists. But his role is to make sure that back line is protected. I would love to see that formation. And let's see if Mikel Arteta is gonna try that. You know? Yeah. Deadly. With Gyokeres up front, then we have Havertz can come on in replacement of Gyokeres or to join him. You know, as I said, different ways of formation based on the team, the opposition. You know what I mean? But let's see and I hope for the best. I'm excited. I can't wait for our first game against AC Milan, pre-season. I can't wait. You know what I mean? And then Newcastle. You know. And don't forget, one of our player of the season, from me last season, who ran himself into the ground. Timber. Solid like a timber. He's one of the players from me in last season. Committed. Fought hard. Put himself on the line. played with injuries, run himself to the ground. Defense, I never seen nobody can love defending like him. And driving forward. Yeah, man. Right now it's good time again. Last season was good times for Arsenal, but we fell apart. We fell apart based on just injuries, and again we didn't have the depth. You know what I mean? Yeah, so this season we just have to go back fitter, stronger, and more hungrier. The PSV game, we had PSG against PSG. We had the chances. Martinelli didn't take his chance. You know what I mean? Trossard went close. What is just football? Now we have a direct number 9. Who wants to score a goal? It's not like Jesus who said he's not really a number 9 and he's here to help the team, not just to score goals. Gyokeres said the opposite. He wants to score a goal. He's hungry. He knows he's going to be one of the best, the biggest striker in the world. And for that to happen, he has to evolve to a bigger club, which is Arsenal. He only wanted Arsenal. I'm glad for that. You know what I mean? I'm happy for that. For him and Sesko, Gyokeres was my signing. It was my choice from day one. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, over now, guys. Big up yourself for all who pass through, who tune in. Remember to please like and share the content, subscribe, and click the bell, become a fan. I'm aiming for 1,000 subscribers. You know what I mean? But for that to happen, I have to put in the work and do my regular live then, or uploads. But whenever I can do it, I'll do it. Give thanks for your support and let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I will happily reply to your message in the comment section. See? So big up on yourself and remember to be good. See? Be good and stop. For the bad ones out there who are dating and hating and putting down the club and the players them, stop it. It doesn't look good. See? Remember, we only have one life to live and we have to live it to the best of our ability. See? You being a bad person makes me and my fellow Arsenal fans, brothers and sisters, look like a bad person. So remember, support the team, share your opinion, good or bad, but don't go over the board and disrespect the players them nor the manager nor the club. Said, Arsenal forever, switch I will never. Yeah man, win, lose or draw, one Arsenal, Gunners for life. Big up to everyone again who tune in. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. You know what I mean? And yeah, we're gonna run it now. You see me? I might go live, do another live again. Later on. Yeah. So let's all wait for the Here We Go from Fabrizio Romano. It's almost there, guys. It might be today. It might be tomorrow. You never know. You know what I mean? One more signing and then let's go and get Eze. Eze wants to be, he has unfinished business for the Arsenal. See? So for now, big up yourself, Arsenal referee and coach TV. Peace.